Hey, my name is Alex. I am logo and icon maker. Some time ago, I received a request to design logo and icon for the desktop application ChatGPT. The application was being developed for major operating systems like macOS, Windows and Linux, which means the future icon should adapt well to different design guidelines. According to the client's idea, the icon and logo should resemble an old book with a schematic depiction of a robot on it. The book itself should be bound with a green ribbon, which by the way can be changed to red to represent, for example, a test version of the application. Interestingly, this image was created by a neural network. This allowed the client to convey the idea of what they want to see in the final result. After discussing all the details of the project, I started working on it. Before starting a new project, I usually explore other ideas on websites like Behance and Dribbble. After that, I conduct research and create a mood board. I add logos, icons, illustrations and other materials that inspire me to create the future logo. It's a quite engaging process, and I always spend a significant amount of time on it. This way I train my eye for design. While creating the mood board, I get various images in my mind that will help me shape the logo in the future. The next step is sketching out the future icon. I create all the sketches based on my imagination, perception and the mood board I prepared earlier. This interaction with images ultimately leads to the final result that aligns with my vision of the future logo. The book symbolized an encyclopedia, a treasure trove of knowledge that holds answers to all questions. And the robot on the cover symbolized the technical aspect of AI. The shape of its head resembles a speech bubble, which refers to communicating with artificial intelligence through a chatbot. In the end, I came up with several versions of the icon. Now I will show them to the client. While the sketches are on review, it's time to take a short break and go for a walk. After receiving a positive response from the client, I start drawing the icon in Adobe Illustrator, following the Apple guidelines for macOS. When working on the macOS icon, it's essential to consider not only light texture and materials, but also a slight three-dimensional perspective. As if we are looking at the icon slightly from above at a small angle. For the book cover I will use a leather texture to create an aging effect. And for the book spine I will use a fabric texture to emphasize the binding and a more vintage charm. On the book cover I will place a schematic representation of the robot. The final touch is adding the ribbon and shadows. Once the macOS icon is completed, it needs to be simplified and prepared for Windows and then for Linux. All operating systems have their design guidelines for displaying application icons. I believe it's crucial to consider them for the best visual representation and optimal user interaction with the final product. In the Windows Developer section, you can find the necessary design guidelines to adapt the icon. By slightly modifying the shape and simplifying the perception, I create the icon for the ChatGPT application. The same process needs to be done for the icon on the Linux operating system. GNOME is one of the most popular desktop environments for Linux. Following its design guidelines partially, I adapt the icon for the ChatGPT application. As a result, I have 3 icons. One for macOS, one for Windows, and one for Linux. They look great. After some more work, I prepared a set of smaller icons that can be used as favicon on website or for display in the taskbar. I also create a few avatars featuring the robot image. I send this collection of various logo versions, icons and avatars to the client after receiving the final payment for my work. In the end, the client was satisfied with the final result of my work. They loved all versions of the icons. And I hope you enjoyed this video too. Please like and subscribe to the channel. For a more detailed overview of this case, you can visit the Behance website through the link in the description box. Thank you for watching and see you soon!